Hi, we're talking about this today, again.
So, some people have been asking more about this machine. Let's show you how it works. People want to know how I turn a disc, not the worst disc, but you can see there's obviously scratches. How I turn a disc like this and clean it up. This is how. And that is a disc done. And it should come out looking spick and spaniel. Beautiful. So you're wondering, what on earth is this big machine? What is it, doggy? I don't know. Well, I do know. It is an EcoMaster. Made by America, a company called ELM, and imported to the UK by a company called Total Disc Repair. You can buy this puppy brand new from Total Disc Repair. Cost £12,000 plus VAT. They also do a reconditioned version for I think it's about £8,000 plus VAT. Still ridiculous. But I was lucky enough. I got this one from a closing down game company for about £3,000. Not bad. Well, still expensive, but not bad compared to other prices. Had a few things wrong with it, which I had to replace. Inside of here, this little nut here was worn down, cost about £10 to replace. And there was a vacuum pump, as you saw, it picked up the discs. That went bust after about a month, cost about £60-ish. But ever since those were replaced, it's been a trooper. And it's well worth its money, because as you can see with the disc, if I'm careful picking it up, it just makes them look so nice, and you can ask for top whack with it. Another bonus, you can just do one at a time. It can do 50 at a time. Well, in a row, not at a time. It takes about 3-4 hours for them to be done if it's on the higher cycle, but this elevates my business so much. Yeah, amazing bits of kit. Let me go into the details of it. So, it's a multi-stage system. I'll lift this up. This is where all the action happens. Everything else is to make it more efficient. This is the action part. So, as you can see here, 6 different pads. Disc 6 on here, they merge with and it spins a pad round with some water and compound. Water to clean the compound off, and compound to make it nice and shiny, and also the water cools down the system. So you got 4 different grades of sanded paper to decide on what level. If you choose like the lightest, it only does it on this foam pad, which just makes it shiny. If you do it on the very light stage, it only uses this. It's just higher grit, so it got like, if you want on the higher stage, you would go through that one, then that one, then that one, then that one, and it takes a bit longer. That is for Blu-rays. Not the best, but it's the best option out there. It's just Blu-rays that are a different type of material, and they're very hard plastic that it takes a lot to resurface. So, like, all you're doing is, discs are big thick bit of plastic and a little bit of foil. The bit that's got scratched is the plastic, and you're basically just smoothing that plastic to be all nice and the same level, so it can read through the plastic into the foil. If any damage comes to the foil, game over. So this is a limited use on the same disc, but really I've only ever come across one disc where I've gone through all the plastic and ruined the disc, but that was on a disc that's been previously resurfaced before many times, and like this, probably you can go through the highest stage 3 or 4 times before you can even think about coming close. So yeah, so this comes through here, cleans that, water drops down there, and this system, this is the water recycling system. Basically, water comes in here with the compound mixed up in a mixture. These two pipes electrify and basically separate the water from the compound. There's a filter in here, and then water drips out the bottom into a nice clean water tank to be reused again. Makes it a lot more efficient and cheaper. And there's a dog looking at my face. Hello dog, are you looking? Not interesting, is it, for you? And then this is the compound. The compound can't replace, but it goes through a lot less than other machines, and it is expensive, but I've not had to buy any from the manufacturer yet, because when I bought my machine I got so many tubs and I've barely used it. I've had this for over a year. So yeah, that is the main component if you wanted to do one disc at a time. Then the 50 disc at a time comes, you can stack them up here, and you can either use the interface to have all 50 discs, as you can see here, change it to 50. You can have all 50 discs go through one mode, or you can program it so you have like the first 10 discs go through a medium stage, then next 10 through a light, and so forth, so forth. I'll throw up a quick clip of, I just thought at the end it doesn't pick up if I only choose one disc, but I've thrown a quick clip of it changing, pick it like it's efficient. It picks one up, loads the one to the top thing, and then takes the other one, so it's really quick and easy, and it's a very efficient system. Consumables, they're expensive. Consumables, they're expensive. So you've got your water, which is free from a tap. Then you've got this additive. I've had to buy my first one. I'll show you. I had the Eco Clever up there. I'm trying to sell at the moment. It's a previous machine. If you watch my previous video, I'll go into detail about that one. But my first time recently I've had to buy a new one of these, because obviously it recycles the water, so it uses so much less of that, it's almost negligible, the cost of that, to replace that. The main cost is these bad boys. These are all the different sanding pads, so yellow is the lightest, then the green, then the red, and then some blue, but I very rarely use the blue. I don't even know if I have any stock of it, no. And then also the foam pads that make it look extra shiny. Now, on other machines, you've got to replace them every 50 cycles, apart from that one, which is every 250. This machine, because it's so efficient, it comes up with a warning saying to 50, but you can get the same results up to 150 per pad. I've got to keep track of that through here. So, when it gives a warning, I write the number that it's given the warning at, and when it reaches close to 150, I replace the disc, replace the pad. These cost, for a pack of 10, £45. You heard me. £45 for some sandpaper and Velcro. Ridiculous. There's a cheaper place in America, but after import fees, it's not worth it. So, but even still, and these ones cost even more, £70 for a pack of 10 plus VAT. Even still, after factoring in all those prices, plus that, if I was to buy it from a manufacturer, plus this, I'm going to replace this twice, and I've got them. It's basically the outer shell for the electric recycling system. I think it wears down. I've tried to extend the life, but it just doesn't. The water recycling fails if I don't replace that when it tells me to. I'm only able to do it twice in a year, so only costs £20 and it's barely negligible. So even still, with all those consumables, with this machine, because this is extra efficient compared to others, it costs me about 40-50p per disc, so it's very, like I can basically, all the discs I sell, because the minimum I sell is £6, I can still factor in, and that's worst case scenario. If I had to go through all the pads If I don't have to go through all the pads, it's cheaper. But if I had to go through all the pads, 40 to 50p per disc. And so I can clean the most cheapest disc and make them look brand new and ask top price for them. So it's an amazing machine. Great value for money. Do you want to know why I've gone for this machine instead of an Eco Clever, which you have to do one by one between every disc? Is because if I had to hire someone to do that all day, within a year, if you're paying them, it is so much cheaper to get one of these type of machines, especially for the price I got it for, which is, I don't think you're ever going to find it for that price ever again. Now, what would I be if I didn't offer this lovely machine to you lot? I've been running a disc cleaning service since I've had this machine, since I've had the other machine on Instagram, but I've kind of kept on the down low, but here it is now. Look down in the Instagram in the comments below. The pinned post, the first post, should be all the details about it, but I'll go over it now. It'll be £2 per disc, down to bulk discounts of £1.50 if you send me 50 or more. Then postage either way on top from you. Obviously, you pay to send it to me, and then you pay me money, so I post it back to you, unless you include a return label. Obviously, you can remove the postage if you're local to Blackburn and can drop it off. Contact me on Instagram for details about that. But if you do come to drop it off, it'll be about 3-4 hours if you give me 50 discs to clean, so might be there a while. So yeah, that's an amazing price. It's priced very competitively. If you get like a £20-30 disc that doesn't work and all scratched to hell, clean it up, make it look brand new, you can ask top back for it, so it's pretty nice. And also for your collection, because CX, I think they offer £2-3, but they use inferior, like, you can give machines and they can either ruin your disc or they can not get all the scratches out, but this will. That's going for CD based games, so anything like I'll offer, even do like GameCube games. If you see in the pin post, these are always £2 because I have to buy these fancy holders for them to go into the machine. But Dreamcast, anything CD based like Xbox, PlayStation, 360, PS2, I can clean and make it look amazing. Anything Blu-ray, because it has a different formula, so like Wii U, Xbox One, PS4, Blu-ray discs. I can make them work sometimes, but not all the time. So be careful with that. If I can't get it to work, I will only charge you the cleaning fee, but I'll remove all the other costs from it. So get in contact if you want that service. But I think I'm going to say goodbye to you and get that machine running because it's very loud. Also want to say a big thank you, if it goes all through and he does it, Ricky Lee for making the thumbnail for this video, because I asked him nicely. So yeah, that's all for today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.